The whole allegation controversy that India is trying to kill the Khalistani designated terrorist Gurpatwant Singh Pannun. Now, after India has hit back at the United States of America's government's allegation, USA has also given out a statement and said, and I quote USA here first, we're taking allegations very seriously. Glad that India announced an investigation in this case. We want to hold the accused accountable. India remains our strategic partner, and we will continue to strengthen ties with India. This is in the backdrop of MEA stating that we'll initiate an investigation into this matter. But also remember, India has been very clear that in this regard, the manner in which this Khalistani designated terrorist Gurpatwant Singh Pannun has given out not any sort of covert messages or threats. He has literally on video decided to, remember the Kill India posters. He has encouraged violence against India, Indians, Indian diplomats, members of the Hindu community. He has threatened to bomb Air India flights as well. These are blatant threats, and this is the man that USA intends to also protect and also absolutely take no action against for giving out blatant threats against India. For now, India has hit back also at the US government's allegation, but USA has also added that we are also taking the allegation seriously. Glad that India announced the probe. We want to hold the accused accountable, and remember that India remains our strategic partner, and USA will continue to strengthen its ties with India. It is a developing important friendship, remember, a strategic partnership between India and the United States of America, specifically in the last few years, and therefore even on this issue, while USA has taken a certain point of view, both countries are walking cautiously, treading cautiously, and ensuring that their partnership, one, does not get affected, and two, that they stand together against terrorism.
I reminded the state dinner happened before we knew about this, and I want to be careful here that I don't get ahead of the Department of Justice and talk about an ongoing investigation. I would just say two things: India remains a strategic partner, and we're going to continue to work to improve and strengthen that strategic partnership with India. At the same time, we take this very seriously. These allegations in this investigation, take it very seriously. And we're glad to see that the Indians are too, by announcing their own efforts to investigate this. And we've been clear that we want to see anybody held, that's responsible for these alleged crimes to be held properly accountable.
The U.S. Justice Department has accused an Indian citizen of role in a plot to kill a separatist Sikh leader on American soil that was foiled by agencies there. The indictment filed in a court in New York says the 52-year-old Indian national Nikhil Gupta allegedly ordered a hit on the target, who is described as an American citizen of Indian origin, leading a movement for a separate Sikh state. The reference is to Gurpatwant Singh Pannun, who recently issued threats to target Air India flights. The Justice Department claims that Nikhil Gupta was acting on the orders of an Indian government employee in the field of security and intelligence, but has not named the official. According to the indictment, which is equivalent to a charge sheet in the Indian legal system, Nikhil Gupta allegedly contacted an unnamed person in the US to order the hit, but this person was a confidential source working for the law enforcement agencies there. This person, mentioned as CS in the indictment, allegedly introduced Nikhil Gupta to an undercover DEA agent who posed as the hitman. The undercover agent, referred as UC in the indictment, was allegedly promised $100,000 to kill Pannu. Nikhil Gupta, who is accused of illegal drugs and weapons trade, was arrested by Czech authorities in June and is likely to be extradited to the US.
We have said that they have consistently given.
The government of India has formed a high-level committee to investigate the charges levelled by the US.
The case against an individual that has been filed in a US court, allegedly linking him to an Indian official. This is a matter of concern. We have said, and let me reiterate, that this is also contrary to government policy. The nexus between organized crime, trafficking, gun running, and extremists at an international level is a serious issue for law enforcement agencies and organizations to consider.
Meanwhile, Canada is citing the indictment of Nikhil Gupta to justify their allegation that Indian agents could be behind the killing of Khalistani terrorist Hardeep Singh Nijjar outside a Gurdwara in Surrey. New Delhi has slammed Canada for sheltering anti-India forces.
We have said that they have consistently given space to anti-India extremists and violence, and that is actually the heart of the issue. Our diplomatic representatives in Canada have borne the brunt of this, so we expect the government of Canada to live up to its obligations under the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations. We have also seen interference by Canadian diplomats in our internal affairs. We've said this from this podium, and that is obviously unacceptable.
News coming out of the United States further underscores what we've been talking about from the very beginning, which is that India needs to take this seriously. The Indian government needs to work with us to ensure that we're getting to the bottom of this. This is not something that anyone can take lightly. Our responsibility is to keep Canadians safe, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
The indictment of an Indian national in an alleged plot to kill Pannu puts the spotlight on Indo-US ties, but foreign policy experts say it is unlikely to strain the relationship. The two countries have held many bilateral and multilateral meetings since the arrest of Nikhil Gupta, including the successful G20 summit in New Delhi. Bureau Report, India Today.